There's no predator here. Now there's one paved road coming up ahead of us here. This road goes down to those domes to our left. That's a tracking station called Makaha Ridge. That's used by the Pacific Missile Range. Everything left of the domes is Barking Sands Naval Airspace. That's your only military airspace here in Kauai. If you want a little bit of a longer trail up in the canyon, but something with a nice payoff, try the one called Nuololo. That trail ends up on the edge of that cliff straight ahead of us, but if you go all the way to the point where you reach a metal fence, it's an amazing view down the coastline. I'll show you.
I've been there.
Where's that?
I've been to Nuololo. Where is it?
Straight ahead. Yeah, that's the trail right there, and the valley is just beyond the ridge. Yeah, we don't see too many people on this trail. It's generally pretty quiet. That's straight down to your right now, the valley. Those across over the ridge, just take a look around you, and here she comes. Welcome to Nepali. There's a beautiful reef down to our left here too. It's called Nuololo Kai. Smaller boats, when they come out here, like to use this spot for snorkeling. Always seems to be a lot of sea turtles down there. Got a bunch of people in the water right now, looks to be. Now we're going to head into a valley called Honupu. Same name as the beach coming up closest to us. It can be reached, but only during the summer months, only by swimming to it. Known to be Hawaiian burial grounds, also called Valley of the Kings. The reason I love this valley is we get towards the back. I want you to look way back to your left here, like you're going to be looking out towards the ocean. And take a look at this view coming up. Don't forget to look up around here too. Very unique cliffs around here. They're called fluted cliffs, also called cathedrals. They stretch up about 4,000 feet here. A larger beach to our right, that's Kalalau. That's where the Nepali Trail ends. It's 11 miles one way, about 9 hours one way. What you see a lot in the summertime is people will paddle to it. It's a lot faster. It's the only time of year the water's calm enough. And up ahead is Kalalau Valley. So this is the one you look into when you get to the end of the road up in the canyon. There's been a guy living in this valley for 15 years. He's basically squatting the valley, living off the land. Totally illegal. The overlook for this valley is in the back of the valley. You can actually hike across that ridgeline way back there from one side to the other of the contour. That's the Pihia Trail. Super easy, very scenic.
Also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sail into the mystic. Oh, I can now hear the sailors cry, smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic.
Let's see if I can show you what this Nepali Trail looks like. Now keep in mind some parts of the trail are only about 8 inches. So what you're going to see here may seem pretty narrow to you, but it's actually one of the wider parts of the trail.
Yeah, when the foghorn blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to fear that I wanna rock your gypsy soul.
See that narrow line down to our right there zigzagging back and forth? That's a trail. That's the easy part. The hard part, you should check it out online later on. There's a bunch of videos about it. It's called Crawler's Ledge. Also referred to as Crier's Ledge. You'll still see the trail approaching to our left though. There's a little sea cave down below us here. 2 small waterfalls across it. This narrow line that sits right above it down there, that's a trail. That's between 300 and 500 feet off the water down there. Now, nobody will kayak this coastline during the winter here, and the reason for that is the waves are too big. You're talking 15 to 25 foot waves on average. Last winter happened twice. The waves out here in the Pali, they reached 50 feet. People went surfing every day. Makes no difference. Now with the boats, the smaller the boat, usually the easier time you'll have getting into the sea caves. I'd say there's at least a dozen sea caves along the Pali. In the wintertime, the waves are too big, so the caves basically turn into little cannons. Water's about 40 feet deep right here, by the way.
And together we will float into the mystic. Come on, girl.
Now there's 2 beaches approaching up ahead of us here. Closest one is called Hanakapiai, which is the first 2 miles of the Nepali Trail. Take you about an hour to hike there. Whatever you see happening at that beach, don't swim there though. Hanakapiai is one of the most dangerous rip currents on the island. Just that beach alone, you're talking nearly 1,000 drownings. Instead, you should go to Ke'e Beach. That's the one you see way up ahead. That's where the road ends on the north shore. It's a great sunset, beautiful snorkeling, lifeguarded. Just make sure you get there early, because after about 8 o'clock in the morning, almost impossible to find parking. All these beaches here will disappear in the winter. Big waves are just going to gobble them all up. You can see though, as we get a little bit closer to Ke'e Beach, the shape of the coral up here creates this neat little lagoon. It looks like that most of the summer. Nice glassy water. We'll change up the perspective here in a second. If you're looking down, by the way, the dark spots in the water is coral. Light spots are sand. You can see nice clear water out here.
Standing all alone, the magic of the garden isle is calling me back home.
So if we swing around right here, it means we can look back down the Nepali coastline about 11 miles. I think you'll appreciate this view coming up.
It's kind of small. The people there say they got it all. The simple light.
The poly, by the way, it just means the cliffs. Take a look. Not many days that's that clear on the poly too. Normally out here the clouds hang much lower than you see right now.